Buckets.
Hello and welcome into episode 63 of Two Man Game with Damon and Dom. I'm Damon, and right here with me in person is Dom. Hello, Dom.
Hello.
How are you?
I can't believe you're actually here right now.
I know. Oh my God, great.
Oh, actually, it's more like I'm here right now.
You're here.
Yeah, I'm not. You're not in.
I can't believe you're in your own apartment right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's an optical illusion. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. He's here in person. We weren't sure if we were going to have a chance to do this or not, but we made it work before I traveled to Galveston, and you'll be there following shortly behind. Yeah, episode 63, Christmas holiday, whatever episode, will probably drop on Christmas Eve. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying your holiday break, if you have a break. If not, hope you're enjoying the holiday anyways.
Yeah, hope you are, if you're working, hardly working. You know what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't tell your boss.
Don't tell it.
Yeah.
Don't let them think you're working really, really hard. I almost said really, really difficult.
Working difficult.
Working difficult.
Yeah,
nice in-person pod.
Yeah, I also made sure to wear. I've been wearing a basketball shirt all day because I was like, I've been probably gonna pod later. This is like my new favorite shirt. I wear this all the time.
Rodman TPOY shirt. I love the like bobblehead style.
I know, me too.
It's very cool.
Yeah, no, I do love it. Also, the Lakers are playing the Pistons today, so I'm wearing a Pistons shirt essentially.
And the Rockets are playing the Hornets, and I had ho 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 Merry Clutchmas on. Of course, it's that time of year, so I had to throw it on.
And it's amazing because I have the same shirt, and I totally forgot to pack it. That's on me. That is on me. But just wanted to say, if you're tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe and everything. We're going to talk about some hoops. We're going to talk about Christmas Day games. We got a segment that we're going to talk about a little bit later, things we love about the NBA, because last time we talked about things we dislike, and we want to bring some positivity.
Positivity this time of year, this winter holiday spirit.
Yeah, and there's a reason why we do this. We don't do this podcast because we hate the NBA.
Yeah, I actually only do it so I can
despite them.
I hate them so much.
Yeah. Well, I see that we got some gifts.
Got some gifts. We got you some gifts, some in-person gifts.
Okay. Here, can I do the one that's not wrapped up or anything first?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I have two things too. They're in the same bag, but we can do like one at a time.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, so the first thing I got, you might remember that I got this.
Close my eyes.
Here, I give it to the back side so you can't see what the front is.
Feels like a shirt.
It's a shirt.
Shirt. Okay, here. Oh. But I reveal it to the camera.
Reveal it to the camera. It's upside down.
Okay.
And there we go.
Okay, here's the shirt. Camera, if you're looking, you know before I do. Congratulations.
Yeah. Don't tell him what it is.
Tell me.
There you go.
UCLA Bruins. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you remember that I got you? That I texted you this. I got this like back in like July. I was like, you're double XL, right? And you're like, yeah. I was like, if I get you a UCLA shirt, would you wear it? And you're like, yeah, I like players that went to UCLA. And I totally just forgot to bring it. Like I was gonna bring it every time I've been in Texas. Okay. And I was like, I'll just save it for.
Yeah, I mean Russell Westbrook were my favorites with UCLA.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah. Drew Holiday.
Wait, did he really go to? I didn't know that.
Johnny Juzang.
Dude, the black roulette king. Was it roulette or blackjack? It was roulette. I think it was something like.
Maybe Hawkins.
Hawkins is name. So yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thank you. That's a nice shirt.
Yeah, I was trying to find one smaller because I really love that like very retro kind of look.
Yeah.
And they only had double XL. So I was like, I guess I'll just get it for my co-host. I guess if I have to.
First of all, we gotta talk about the bag.
Okay, let's talk about it.
The bag says "Home for the Holidays" and has a as a former UT legend, right?
Absolutely.
And it has literally the state of Texas on the.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I was like, this makes sense.
I got to buy this. Okay, so do you want me to try to pull one?
There's two things. One of them's in a card, so even if you pull the card, you won't be able to tell it away. One of them's not in a card.
Okay, I see. Should I do the card or the other thing first?
Do the other thing. I think the other thing is less cool. I don't know.
Well, okay. Timberwolves. Wait, what?
Dude, wait. What?
Are these shorts? What the? Yo, Minnesota Timberwolves shorts. Dude, this is actually great because I only packed one pair of shorts, so now I can actually play in this.
All right. Yeah,
dude.
I want to get you something Timberwolves related because for a long time you just kept texting me different Timberwolves things that you wanted to send me. So I
Dude,
decided
this is sick.
I'll give you some shorts.
See, thank you. Yeah, I'm just like my guy Ant-Man. I'm just like Ant-Man. I'm just like Ant-Man. Dude, thank you.
Yeah,
This is a perfect good.
I'm glad you like it.
Absolutely, man. And this is like sick logo. So.
Yeah, no asymmetrical lines.
Yeah, no, nothing. Yeah, let's talk about
there's
jersey,
only
good
three
jerseys.
colors on there.
You know what's so funny too, because we do the segment with the jerseys, we like know what each other likes and hates about designs.
Yeah.
So it's like if I ever see anything with like multiple dots, I'm like, Damon says those don't make sense. So I'm not gonna get that for him.
He doesn't like those.
Okay, so here's your segment.
Okay, little box.
Little box.
Uh-oh. Oh, these are what I need.
Yeah, that's what you need the scissors for. Yeah, I did put the tape on right boom and boom right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what I did. So yeah, so far we got a UCLA t-shirt and a Timberwolves shorts, which I can't wait to wear, and a hoopin. It's so funny because I'll show you the shirt I brought to go hoopin.
Okay.
Because
The mug. It's a mug.
Yeah, you can see that.
That's good because we just went over how
I know. I when you said that, I was like, okay, good gift.
It's the Wade face. I'll hold it to the camera from the statue that we have made fun of this year. This is awesome. That's so funny. Did you just find this like online?
So
like,
I was looking. So I found like a lot of things that were like, good gifts that are like, players you like, and I could have got you shirts or mugs or whatever. And I was like, no, I want to kind of go more fun. Let's go a little bit goofy. So I looked up Dwayne Wade statue, and a shirt came up. And I was like, I can't imagine you walking around with just that huge on a shirt. And then it said like, you can do a mug, traveler mug, like poster, whatever. And I was like, I think a mug would be. And then turns out you needed a mug anyways. So
yeah, I did.
I thought it was super
fun. Great mug. Is this if it's a microwave?
It's yes, dishwasher safe. And
dishwasher safe.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is great. This is a great gift.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right here.
Dude, the face is so funny. Like when I texted you, like when I just ordered you, I can't stop laughing. It's like I couldn't just imagine you just drinking and it's like a guy screaming.
I had some funnier things that I wanted to get you, but like they weren't going to get here in time because I looked too late.
Nah, it's
but I have them in my mind.
And that's all that matters.
All right, let's get your second bit.
Get the second thing. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I tried to go unique with the gifts here.
I love that. Well, yeah, shorts. So we haven't done a mug.
Right?
You got me a mug for Christmas way back when
in
high school. Yeah. And then shorts are also new, so that's pretty sick. My fave co-host. I'm his fave co-host. Suck it.
Sorry, it's not.
All other co-hosts.
Yeah, it's not me and my other co-host.
Cool.
I think this is okay.
It was close, but you made it. Santa. I'm nice.
The nice list.
The nice list. Nice work. Merry Christmas. Love working with you and so grateful to call you one of my best friends on this earth.
I know you're going to read that loud.
Why wouldn't I? Because you're one of my husbands too.
You see how I signed it?
Yes, of course. That's for you and me. That's for you and me. The world doesn't need. The world.
Okay, I started opening this, and then I was like, actually, I'm not gonna open it. I started opening the bottom, and I was like, I'm not gonna open it.
Dude, wait, who'd you get? Okay, so it's a card. It's a basketball card. Heard it. And I started collecting them again. I think you guys. My dad got me a Michael Jordan one last year.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
It's an even better player than Michael Jordan.
Dude, that's that. I can't wait because as much as I love Michael Jordan, I definitely love Modest Booth. Dude, hell yeah, Modest Buzelis.
It's a rookie card.
Lithuanian rookie. Hell yeah, dude. This is my first one. I don't have one. This is my first Lithuanian too that I have part of the collection.
Had to go Lithuanian again.
Dude, this is amazing. Thank you, dude. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, I'm keeping this forever. You got it here on the pod first. I'm keeping this forever.
I'm glad it came in like a little sleeve. I wasn't sure if it was gonna come in.
No, that's sick. And then it fits right here too. Just like that. I was like, it's like gift card. Like they was going to give me a gift card.
Gift card would be crazy.
Yeah, like I didn't know if you wanted. Here's like a Tractor Supply gift card. I'm like Tractor Supply, what though?
What's Harbor Freight? Here's a Harbor Freight gift card.
Who's Harbor Freight?
Yeah, Harbor Freight. It's like a hardware store.
Oh, Ace Hardware.
Something super random. Here's a gift card for that.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know you wanted, so here's an NBA store gift card.
It's like for $10. Like nothing's $10 in the NBA store. Dude, I was wearing I think one time I wore on the pod, I wore like my Chicago Bulls hat to like a concert festival last week, and it has like the bull symbol here, and then it says like all along the sides, kind of like says Chicago and like the old bull symbols. And so many people come to me and said, "That's sick. That hat is sick. Where'd you get it?" I said NBAstore.com. They go, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I just
Not
looked
our
at
guy.
like stuff on for sale. Like I thought it was like custom made or something." Like, nope, just NBAstore.com. You had a lot of
Designed
random
by, like,
things.
a random person.
Yeah.
This is cool.
And then like no one bought it, and then I got it for like half off
Yeah.
and like free shipping one of those days.
Because they have so many. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
here,
no way.
we have 40 hats for the Bulls. Which one
Yeah.
do you want?
And the thing is, no one is a Bulls fan like that right now anyway. So
Right.
perfect got in for the perfect
Only
time.
casuals.
Exactly.
NJ.
But you know what? As much as I think the listener loved our gift exchange as much as I did, because I did love it,
That's
I think
good.
they want to know some news. I think they want to
Let's get into some news. First thing on the agenda, Landry Shamet signed with the Knicks. If you remember, he was released from the Knicks or waived from the Knicks during the preseason because he had a shoulder injury. But now he's apparently recovered, and they're like, all right, come on back.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did Landry Shamet's career end when Aaron Gordon postered him when he was on the Suns?
I think his career ended when he was drafted. He's played on like 6 teams in 6 years. And there was like the funny thing that I saw that I think we talked about, I remember I talked about on the pod, where every team he got traded from went to the finals the year after.
Yeah, no, I think you and I talked about that. And it's crazy because like he's a pretty good player. It's a 3, and I don't know about D, but he's definitely a 3 guy.
Cam
look
Whitmore's
forward for that. What's up? Yeah, Cam. What?
No Dylan Brooks or Tari Eason for the Rockets, so
Steven Adams is playing right now too.
it's not good.
You don't think so? He's a good player.
He's a good player. He doesn't fit the Rockets system.
Let's talk about that when we get to the Rockets.
Okay.
I'm curious. More news real quick. Alex Caruso and the Thunder agree to a 4-year, $81 million extension. So Alex Caruso traded over the offseason basically for Josh Giddey. So he's kind of just switch.
That was it.
Bulls. That's it.
No
picks, no nothing.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, fair value, $20 million a year. I mean, the Thunder just keep making good deals.
Yeah.
I guess they've seen enough. They're like, yep, this is what we need in our team.
It's so interesting because I've been looking at the box score. Like, so he's starting for them, but then he's not playing. Like, he's usually not in their final lineup, their closing lineup.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot of really good things. Like the box score won't reflect that. Like,
for sure.
He just gets like 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, something like that. But like the
He's
hustle that you see,
Yeah, he's playing defense.
I love. I mean, he's like he's a champion, born with the Lakers, so he has like that experience, and he's a good defensive leader. And I think it's just so funny that he gets on the Bulls. It was like 2 years, 12 million, something like that. It was like a $6 million.
Yeah, it wasn't it.
It wasn't
2 years,
huge.
16 maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Because like I know like the Lakers are trying to keep him for like $5 million a year, and they couldn't afford that. And then yeah, he's $20 million a year. So congrats to Alex Caruso.
Deserved.
Yeah, well deserved. He's great. One of our favorites.
But also not like so outrageous that you're like, oh my god, how could they pay him this much?
Yeah, and I think we talked about this before when we were talking about max contracts and whatnot. Like 20 million for a role player will be the norm. Like he's an elite role player, so it'll be the norm. I mean, what is he? A-tier? Did we say A-tier or A-tier role player?
I don't know.
Was he not in our starting lineup? So maybe he didn't come up.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was definitely not one of the starters.
Yeah, but I think he would have been in that tier.
Yeah, because we had Shea, Lou Dort, Jada.
Yeah, and then
somebody else.
Hartenstein, right? Or
no, I don't think we had Hartenstein.
Yeah, anyways.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
I don't remember who's on that team.
I remember J-Dub was the 4, and I was like, no way he's the 4. I remember we did that. Shea, Dort.
Maybe it was Alex Russo.
Maybe it was. You know what? And that's okay. We don't remember. I'm gonna say it. It's okay that we don't.
It's okay. Moving on to some unfortunate injury news. Only one today. Mo Wagner, the Magic, suffered a torn ACL in his left knee, unfortunately ending his season. They already had Franz and Paulo out with the oblique injuries. Now Mo with the torn ACL. When he got injured, he was second in the NBA on total points off the bench. So he was having a really good season for them. I think he was only playing like 18, 19 minutes a game whenever you look. So you hate to see that. Yeah, that team's been fighting through injuries all year.
Yeah, so they still have Paolo Banchero's out. His brother Franz is out. Mm-hmm. Now Mo is out. But do you know, so the Magic played yesterday and they beat the Heat. Did Mo play or is that when he got injured? Do you know? When did this news come out?
I think this came out before that.
Okay, so
I think this is like 3 3-4 days ago.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but the Magic were down by 25 in the fourth quarter and came back to beat the Heat. They held them to 8 points in the fourth quarter.
That sounds like the Heat.
And now now knowing that Mo Wagner wasn't even there, also Jalen Suggs wasn't playing.
Goga.
Gogo Batadze had like a great game apparently or something. So I mean, just goes to show
next man up over there in Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat are a solid team still, But anyways, it's unfortunate for the Magic, and hopefully one of them comes back sooner rather than later. I think Paolo might be the soonest.
Yeah, he was injured sooner, so
yeah. We'll see if he can score 50 points in his first game back.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay, all right. So I know you guys want this, so I'm going to give it to you. Lakers updates. Here we go. Let's talk Lakers. So the Lakers have won 4 of their last 5, and they play the Pistons tonight in Los Angeles. But they did find a way to lose last time. This is the second game in the series this year, and they lost pretty handily last time. They're by 14 or something, and they just never had the lead in that game. So they just outpaced the Lakers. They seemed kind of tired or just couldn't keep up the athleticism of the Pistons. So we'll see what happens tonight. The Lakers should win. They are a better team. They should win, but we'll see what happens. Pistons can be surprising. LeBron James is back, and Austin Reeves is also back, and he's wearing a headband. And they're playing pretty good when he's wearing a headband.
Taking on the Alex Caruso Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were always saying when
he's white.
Yeah, because he's white. He's a white guy on the Lakers.
And now he's headband.
Yeah, so the last 3 games, so we beat the Grizzlies, who were 4th in the power rankings, and they lost to the Lakers? I don't think the Grizzlies should be 4th in the power rankings.
2nd in the West, man.
Yeah, but I don't think that, just because that doesn't mean anything, man. The Lakers, well, I will remind you, they were 4th in power rankings at one point, but Grizzlies are better than the Lakers, for sure, but I don't know. Them being 4th is a little high for me. But and the Lakers beat the Kings twice in Sacramento. They beat them Sunday. No, they beat them Saturday and Thursday.
Kings are doomed.
Kings are not doing great. Yeah, it is on Sports Fest.
It's sad. They're about to need to rebuild again.
Yeah, they're 3 games below 500. I think I don't hate how their team is constructed, and they just need to figure out the defense. And I think having a full year together will help. I think they'll be better next year, but I don't know what moves they may or may not
Trade
make.
Scotus for Gobert.
No, I don't think so. Oh, those Sabonis and Ant would be crazy.
You'd love that,
dude.
too.
I'm dreaming right now, man. Okay, sorry, I'm blushing. That's what I meant to say. Cut that. No, it means I'm excited.
I get it. Yeah, I totally get it. Sure.
It's a new thing. It's fine.
Right.
Anyways, we're talking about the Lakers. And besides that, yes, they're playing the Pistons right now. They are 16 and 12. I think they're 5th in the West. They were literally 10th. They beat the Kings, and now they're 5th. The West is crazy.
West is happy.
Yeah.
But a team that is still high in the West is the Rockets, the Houston Rockets.
The 3rd in the West, right?
3rd in the West, 19 and 9 as of right now. So I think the Mavs are 18 and 9, so we're half game above them.
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies are 20 and 9, so we're half game below them. So all jumbled up right there at the top of the West. We beat the Pelicans on the 19th by 20. And we scored 133.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this. I didn't realize the Pelicans have 5 wins. They're 5 and 20.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow, they're this bad. I knew they were bad, but damn, they're bad.
I'm gonna look at the standings real quick for all the teams.
Of course, they've had all the injuries and such.
Exactly.
And then last night we played the Raptors in Toronto, 1 by 4, close game. And guess what? Had a back-to-back. Traveled from Toronto down to Charlotte, and we're playing the Hornets right now.
That makes total sense to us.
It's a road back-to-back, literally in a different country. So I don't know about that one, NBA.
Dude, there's one team with less than 5 wins. Can you guess?
The Wizards?
Yes, the Wizards. They have 4. How do you have 4 wins?
4 wins, and don't. At this point, it's don't be that team.
Oh, callback to who's
If you know, you know. But yeah, good season for the Rockets. I think you wanted me to talk about Steven Adams. Yeah, he's coming off the knee surgery.
Oh yeah.
So he's a little slow-footed. He's older now. He's early 30s. he just doesn't fit the Rockets, I think, pace. You know, we like to run the floor, get up and down transition, and then we also like the space, which Şengün is not a great shooter, but he is a pretty good playmaker from the 3-point line. Like he can do the thing where he passes the ball and immediately sets a screen,
Right.
and can roll and stuff like that.
Like he has the handles also to be able to, like, he's a threat. He can drive. Like Steven Adams is not going to drive from the 3-point line to the hoop and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just hard to play like Amin Thompson. Obviously, isn't a shooter. It's hard for him to be out there with Steven Adams,
Gotcha.
Jayshawn Tate, which he doesn't play that much anymore. But when he's out there, it's tough. It's tough with the spacing aspect and then the system aspect. And then, yeah, I think honestly, you know, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to as a Rockets fan is a consolidation of some sort. There are the rumors with Jimmy Butler. I hope it's not that. I don't think he's the answer that helps us kind of push, especially because he hasn't even been playing like super well this year.
What if you give up not that much for him though? Like no pick. I mean, I don't know why. There's a lot of scenarios where I don't know why the Heat would do like a something without some picks.
You're right.
But like, if it's like a Steven Adams and like Dylan Brooks,
that'd be fine. I just don't want to give up. Like, I think they will. The Rockets will give up Cam Whitmore or Tari Eason or Amin Thompson. Although I think the latter two are playing too well, so I could see them giving up Cam Whitmore, even like Reed Shepherd, maybe like some really young guys to kind of really solidify our team right now. But I don't want that to be for like a Jimmy Butler or something like Bradley Cooper. Someone maybe just a little younger, because he's.
But do you think that that mold is what's missing, like a power forward, kind of veteran that can like kind of take over a game if needed?
Yeah, I mean, we really just need like, I think a star player.
Yeah.
That fits in with our system. I don't think anyone like Şengün is probably would be like the leading all-star guy right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like, you know, he's not AD obviously. He's not even like as good as he has been. Jaren Jackson's had a really good season. Mm-hmm. Those guys are like star players right now in that position. So I really just think we need a 2-for-1, 3-for-1 for like a really good player and a team that maybe is like, oh, actually we're gonna like rebuild or something. Like, I'm not saying we're just talking about this team, but like if the Kings wanted to get rid of De'Aaron Fox, yes, trade Cam Whitmore, trade Fred VanVleet, trade 3 first-round picks.
De'Aaron Fox would be crazy. That wouldn't make too much sense for you. I was thinking more Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, oh yeah, because that team's a disaster.
Yeah.
He needs an extension too. I know he wanted like a max extension, so I don't want to give him that much money.
For sure, or like a Zion. Like anyone?
I don't want Zion.
Yeah,
I'm out on Zion.
Yeah, I've been out on Zion for like 2 seasons. Yeah,
my players.
Come on, Shotty, you gotta play.
He's not taking Amin Thompson's number 1. That's for sure.
No, absolutely not. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it is very curious to see what's going down. Like, there's so many rumors on the Lakers front too. Because the trade deadline is February. It's always around my birthday. And usually things will happen, kind of shake down like after Christmas. Is usually when things kind of happen. So a lot of talk of like Malcolm Brogdon, Jonas Valanciunas for Lakers.
Ooh. What would you trade for?
Yeah, I think it would have to be like Max Christie and like maybe Austin Reeves and a D'Lo.
You could have Jalen Hood-Schifino.
Come on, don't you want JHS? We could have got Jaime Jaquez, but we got JHS. Oh, what a draft!
Who's good in college?
Hey, it's okay. We got Browning. Don't worry. The future. But what was I? Oh, you know what I was gonna say. We didn't have this on our outline, but do you want to talk about All-Star voting? Or
sure.
No? Have you done your voting or anything? Or are you going to do your voting?
Probably not.
Okay. Since I have it, I have the NBA app because I have NBA League Pass. Like I didn't do it last year because I had to sign in and all this stuff, and that's too much work. But now I have League Pass and I'm just always signed in, so. I did do my vote, and
it's a crazy vote.
Look, I admit some things I would change, but I stand by a lot of it, and I can try to pull it up real quick. Do you think you would have yours, or you want to look at like a list of people?
I'm gonna look at the teams.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So I'll review who I picked real quick, just real quick. So in my West front court, Nikola Jokic, MVP. Probably, which is ridiculous. Anthony Davis and Victor Wembanyama is who I got. Yeah, so thoughts on that? I already know one thing you're not agreeing with, and that's okay.
I don't think I like Wemby there. I like AD there more than Wemby there.
Okay.
I just having a better season for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the teams right now. Oh, yeah, you need I don't know how much time he's missed, but you need Kevin Durant.
I don't know if he qualifies. I think he's lost a lot of time. That's why I didn't put him.
Yeah, I mean he's back now, so we'll see. Like once we get to that time, what the games look like.
If Kevin Durant is like qualifies for the All Star, then I would put him instead of Wembanyama.
Yeah, Jokic is a lock for sure.
Yeah.
AD is probably a lock too. He's had a really good season. But in front court wise, I mean Jaren Jackson's had a really good season. The Grizzlies are the 2 seed right now.
Yeah.
Looking down this list, I don't see. Yeah, there's not a lot of strong front court contenders.
Yeah, like I think last year I was really pushing for Sabonis, but this year is just not. Last year he had like the record of like 25 straight doubles, and and the Kings were doing like a lot better than they are now. They're above 500, so I don't think like he really works. Sometimes randomly Draymond will get a whole bunch of nods. He's not playing that well.
You could make a LeBron argument.
You could make a LeBron argument, sure. Argument on that one.
Argument.
Yeah, Jaren. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. would be a good one.
Yeah, this season, 21.6 rebounds.
Pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that much for his basketball, admittedly. I know Wemby is leading the NBA in blocks, like 3.8 or something. It is crazy. It's just kind of nutty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not like totally out of the realm of possibility.
For sure.
25 and 10. His efficiencies aren't great, but he's having a better season than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he did take. What was the game? They went to overtime against
Against the Wizards. He scored 50.
Yeah, he did that, but he very recently they went to overtime against the Timberwolves or somebody, and they won. No, it was the Hawks. It was the Hawks. They went to OT, and Wemby like took over in OT, and that was pretty. That was one of the big things about me for Wemby is that he's still young. Like, can he be that guy? And that showed me like, oh, he's showing growth. Like he's able to at the like you're tied overtime, 1 minute left. Can you be the guy? And he was able to do it.
What about your backcourt?
My West backcourt, I got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic.
Yeah, no arguments for me for that. I mean, you can Steph, Ja, maybe. So those teams are high on the standings.
Yeah,
that's about it. Yeah, Shai Luka feels right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much logged, except for the name. Or I would love to say Anthony Edwards, but they're not having like the best season right now. So
okay, but I think it was your East that I was like.
Really? Okay, here we go. So this is okay. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's a
lock. Jason Tatum and RJ Barrett.
Jason Tatum's probably a lock too. RJ is kind of wild.
Okay.
It's kind of wild.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up. Okay, you talk about what you think your 3 are, because I'm gonna pull up his stats.
I know he's having a really good season.
Yeah.
Raptors are 7 and 22.
Okay, yeah, but they almost win almost every. You're talking about they almost win every game.
Okay,
they haven't gotten blown out.
I would for sure have Giannis and Tatum. Here are the next names that come to mind, and I'll just go ahead and state them in order here.
Okay.
Cavs, you can make a case for Evan Mobley. Celtics, you can make a case for Jaylen Brown.
So I'm just shaking my head at everything you said.
Magic, I know Franz and Paul are injured, but both of them definitely would have been in consideration here beforehand. I'm looking right past their whole roster.
You don't think Bam? How many?
He's not even having that great season. I'm a Bam fan.
The only thing he's doing better than the other seasons is a better 3-point percentage, but even that's barely.
Yeah. Pacers, Siakam's probably been their best player this year.
But they're a little underwhelming too. Like it has.
That's about it though.
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, Embiid.
No,
Paul George has been out. Yeah.
Jalen Johnson.
I mean, that's the reason why, like, even though 76ers expectations are like so high and they're doing so bad for the Raptors, I'm like their expectation. Look, RJ. Okay, here we go. Here's his stats. Here we go. 24, 7, and 6.
Oh, I'm done. Cat's been all-star.
Okay. Okay.
Cat's having a great season.
Perhaps I can see that. Perhaps I can.
I looked right over the Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I get
It's
no
like
love.
I'm not thinking of somebody.
No love from no love. Thanks. No, yeah, I can see that. I just want he's been playing very well. He's very fun to watch.
He's good.
I honestly would rather. I've watched zero Celtics basketball, so I'd rather have Cat than basically just because I haven't watched any of it. He hasn't shown me. That's on purpose. I haven't watched.
You are a known Tatum hater, so.
No, but here's the no. Oh no, okay. Let's clear the air.
You're talking about things you love right now.
No, I know. No, well, I'm not a Jason Tatum hater. I think he's I just don't feel the love that other players have for the game that he does. I don't know. And also like I feel like a lot of it is like has this perceived notion that like I don't know, I think a lot of it's assumed how he won a championship and now it's gonna get to his head and they're not gonna do as good. I feel like I feel like he has nothing left to prove and now he's just gonna kinda like slowly down.
He's having a good season again.
You know, I'll look for the playoffs. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this is just me saying it now, and I know this is me. There's no proof of this, and I mean, I wish the Lakers got Jason Tatum instead of, you know what I mean, in the draft, whatever. I like Jaylen Brown, you know, but that's my 2 cents.
All right.
Anyways, so backcourt, Jalen Brunson and Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, that was also
I admitted it
Donovan
after I sent it. I admitted I totally looked over Donovan Mitchell. I would have him instead of Cade Cunningham.
He's not shooting for sure, but he's NBA innocence.
Oh.
Come on, Dennis Schroeder. Come on.
Oh, he's in the West. Come on, he doesn't qualify anymore, dude. Come on.
Jordan Poole. The 4 and 22 was the Raptors 7 and 22 and the Wizards at 4 and 22.
Well, here's the if LaMelo wasn't so injured and terrible.
Oh yeah, LaMelo would be up there too.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I kind of thought that would.
We'll have a whole All-Star episode.
Okay, that was just an initial reaction.
Yeah.
Like a little fun to talk about.
Start voting really early.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about that.
2 months of voting.
It's because they have to figure out who the 3 teams are.
I don't know what they're doing, boss.
Dude, should be crazy. Okay.
Let's talk Christmas.
Oh yeah, Christmas Day. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Here, you take the first one.
All right, the first. We're gonna go in order here. At these times are all gonna be Central Time. So first game of the day at 11 o'clock Central Time. Spurs are in the Garden. Wemby in the Garden at 11 a.m.
What do you think?
So I think the Knicks are really good and the Spurs are not that good. But I think Wemby is interesting enough to carry this game. I think Cat has had a good enough season that him and Wemby kind of going against each other could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine first game, early in the morning. Not prime time yet.
Yeah, I would like to remind you that 11 a.m. Central Time is 9 a.m. in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So would I be missing?
You won't be in Los Angeles.
No, I know. But if I was there, I would be missing the first half of this game. 100%. I would have slept through that. Second game at 1:30 Central Time. Timberwolves at Dallas Mavericks. So this is a Western Conference Finals rematch.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves are different this year than last year.
Different. Worse.
Worse. I think it's a fun because the rematch.
Yeah. That's the idea of the game, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think it's a good that's would you say prime time is like the later games, right?
Yeah.
Probably. So not really prime time, but still interesting enough. Like you got Anthony Edwards versus Luka Doncic, and even though the Wolves are slipping, they are still a good team and can win games, and the Mavericks are still a very good team for just the finals. So
yeah, Mavs they're 9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah, they're playing very well. And Clay's also has a not great season. He's doing good.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun game.
I feel like the Mavs should kind of just.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that it's also this is West versus West. The first one's West versus East. This is West and West. And then at 4 o'clock, we also have an East versus East. This one's going to be interesting.
Yeah, 4 o'clock, 76ers, Celtics. I'm sure the NBA thought this was going to be a fun game. They were wrong because the 76ers are a disaster. McCain is out for the season. Embiid has the sinus fracture. Paul George hasn't been amazing since joining as a Sixer. Maxey is back. He was injured for a bit The Celtics are, I imagine, are going to wipe the floor with them in TD Garden in Boston.
Yeah. It is funny now to like look back at the games that they picked for these really big days, Christmas Day or opening day, and you know how they just kind of go down the toilet.
See, their expectations were probably a little different.
Yeah, exactly. And then 7 o'clock we got Lakers at Warriors. So
Ugh.
you know, they always that it's
Steph.
LeBron versus Steph. That's all they care about.
Every year.
Warriors are like what, like 12th in the West, or
that bad. They were good early this year.
I know, but they're not good now.
Dude,
I forgot.
Dennis Schroeder revenge game.
Dude, I forgot. It will be a Dennis Schroeder revenge game. But yeah, Lakers at Golden State. So those games are always good. They're always pretty close because they're not one team is not elite and the other team is not terrible.
How many rings will LeBron see?
This year will be 5. I looked at the one in the middle and I just shot 4. I can't wait for Warriors Lakers in the play-in again. That'll be fun.
The 9th and seed. Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, 7 o'clock. Obviously, it's LeBron and Steph. That's why
it's a time game right there, and that's probably I probably like that less than Wolves and Mavs, and less than Spurs and Knicks.
I have to excuse myself from that because of the Lakers bias.
Right.
But so far, 76ers and Celtics is the worst one to me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that I just don't love watching Celtics basketball or 76ers basketball. It's just like it's Embiid ball or it's hey, let's just throw threes up and I guess make a lot of them.
That's what they did,
and they win. What?
Last game at 9:30, Nuggets versus Suns. Nuggets at Suns.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. I like this game. Jokic has been on a tear, carrying Nuggets this season, and the Suns, when they have Kevin Durant, I think they're 13-2. Kevin Durant, I think their total record rather is 14-13.
Yeah,
they don't do well without him, but since he's been there and he's back right now, it should be a good contest.
Yeah, I mean the Suns were really good in the beginning of the season. When I think I think what happened with the Suns might happen the same as with the Kings. Whereas, the first year of a new star player on the roster, you're figuring things out, you're figuring kinks out, doesn't go well exactly. But this year, when they're all there, they're really playing really good basketball, and they're moving the ball around a lot. And it's not like, all right, Booker's on the ball, okay, now Beal, now Durant. It's like they're playing team basketball all together. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, Jokic versus Durant will be fun, and Devin Booker is playing basketball still.
He does play basketball.
But I just haven't watched a lot of Suns basketball, and Nuggets are fun because of Jokic. So that's always
52-80.
I hope they don't wear that jersey. But yeah, if I had to pick the one game I'm really not psyched for is 76ers at Celtics.
Absolutely not.
But the other all the other ones have something for me that I would love to watch.
Yeah.
And I'll still watch 76ers at Celtics. It'll probably be the only Celtics game I watch this year. So.
Until the playoffs.
Yeah, I watched some 76ers because I wanted to see what is not working for them.
Everything.
And I was like, oh my god, it's everything. And yeah, even now with Jared McCain out, he was really fun to watch and sad
Will
tale.
he still make TikToks?
He's in the hospital bed, dancing.
Woo. You don't get that on things like Jokic smiling.
So those are French bets, or I think that's what they're called. They do it for the Super Bowl usually.
They do it like any NBA.
I didn't know that because that's a ton.
Yeah.
But I know the Super Bowl, they'll do it for this halftime show. Last year was will Rihanna wear red? Was a big bet, and there's black.
That was whatever. That was 3 years ago when she was halftime.
What was last year's Super Bowl?
Usher.
No, I think it was Rihanna last year, and then Usher the year before.
I don't know, the little spur people. I swear that was at least 2 years ago.
Oh my god, maybe it was 2 years ago. Was it Usher last year? Dude, we gotta pause it.
It's not that important.
You know what? I'm gonna say right now on this pod, I'm not really big at football.
That's why we're gonna debut Jared about a 22-man game.
Oh yeah. We're gonna start the
we're gonna have a network.
The 2-man or the game franchise. I don't know what we'd call it. They have Enjoy Basketball or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What would ours be?
Those can trip along.
No, this year. Kendrick Lamar's this
Oh,
year,
you're
the
right.
Super Bowl,
Um,
which I'm very excited
I
for.
read that.
And it's okay. It's okay. So those are Christmas Day games. We're going to now talk about three things that we love.
Why are you saying I lean in PC?
I didn't mean to. You know why? You know.
Now going to talk about.
You know
it was
what?
Usher last year.
It was Usher. Okay. You know why I said it like that? Because half of my brain was on focused on you looking, and half my brain was reading. So when I'm at half brain power, that's what I sound like. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some things you love about the game.
Yeah, last time we did pet peeves, and I thought it's the holiday spirit. Why don't we bring some positivity? Why don't we talk about some gifts that the NBA gives us, huh? Some gifts. We give
I
each
love
other
that.
gifts. The NBA gives us gifts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about three each that we did probably less preparation for than the pet peeves because this was the quick turnaround on this pod. The last pod like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So, why don't you kick us off?
I'll kick us off because
last time.
Yeah, I keep thinking of things. I'll have some honorable mentions.
Okay.
So the first thing I put, parity in the league.
Okay.
So I'm sure as anyone that has watched basketball at some point in their lifetime, like I feel like there's always been teams that have been the team to beat, or it's always going to be these two in the finals. Most recently, it was always going to be Warriors versus Cavaliers, and it was boring, so boring. Before that, it was a lot of Miami Heat. Even San Antonio Spurs had a run in there. They're kind of sneaky, but they were in there. Lakers before that, Celtics, like there's always been these periods, even with the Bulls in the 90s. Like that was basically 6 years of just Bull like dominance. And this is the first time in a long time, I don't have the stats in front of me, that's been 5 years in a row of a different champion every year, which has been great. So it's 2019 Raptors, we got Lakers, and then we had Bucks, Warriors, and then 2023 Nuggets, Celtics. Also, I just realized it's also like 3 East, 3 West. Yeah, so it's I that is something that I love because I hate watching 6 months of basketball just to know that it's going to be Warriors versus Cavaliers. Like that's like so boring to me as a viewer and as a fan. So it's nice now that you never really kind of know. Like I mean, the Heat were the 8th seed went all the way to the finals.
Oh yeah,
just like 2 years ago.
So
through the play-in. So I love the fact that there is parity in the league. I really don't know how it happened. Maybe it's more player empowerment. Maybe the NBA realized like they were losing money, so adding the play-in tournament has helped. Things like that. Maybe I don't know what the answer is, but I love that right now we are in a period of parity, and right now it's in peril because the Celtics are the strongest except for the Cavaliers. But it also I still see a world where the Celtics don't win. You know what I mean? It's like, It's not that obvious to me. It's also not obvious that's going to be Celtics Mavericks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be anything. So that's my first thing.
Yeah, I didn't have an order in mind. I'll just go based on you. But my first thing is also therapy. One of the three things that I thought of for sure. You brought up some great points that I was going to say, like the last 6 champions being different. You mentioned the Warriors-Cavs rivalry for years, the Bulls in the 90s, the Lakers and Celtics before we were alive, just years and years of dominance from those organizations. So, yeah, I think a lot of NBA fans are used to kind of seeing 1, 2, 3 teams dominate. And this kind of stretch that we've had has been really nice because it's unpredictable, it's exciting. You get to the playoffs, and like you said, it's not going to be LeBron versus Steph in the finals. LeBron made like 10 finals in a row or whatever, which is great, and it's great that he could do that. But I think, it changing every year, I think also helps the league and helps people want to make moves, make trades, because I think a lot more teams think, you mentioned the play-in tournament, we have a chance that we could make a run. And some people are like, they look at the Celtics specifically right now, and they're like, okay, we need to make sure we can beat that team. So we think they're the best team. But other than that, I think everyone else is like, we have this guy, this guy, this guy. We think if we add this, we'll have a shot. Even the Kings, who like are not a great team, and we were talking about maybe they need to rebuild soon. they went out and they traded Halliburton for Sabonis, and then in the offseason they traded for DeMar, and they're trying to add things to the team to just make it work because they think, even if it's a 2% chance, it's a chance because there's not like this overbearing kind of dominance. I think the NBA has important things like anti-tanking. Used to be 25% chance to get the first pick if you were the worst team. Now it's 14% chance for the first or the worst three teams. You also have things like the second apron. So the Celtics, as good as they are right now, 2-3 years from now, they're simply not going to be able to have the players because it's going to be too expensive.
Yeah.
Which is why, again, things like baseball is like because there's no salary cap. The Dodgers, one of the reasons they just won the World Series is because they signed Ohtani to like a 10-year, $700 million deal.
And isn't it like front load or back loaded, right? So you basically get like all of it or most of like the 10th year. Just crazy.
So it's like, okay, so like literally in baseball, it's like the Dodgers are in the playoffs every year, the Yankees. And then now it's actually like the Mets were in there, just kind of cool. Usually good.
Yeah.
Astros somehow are always good. I don't know.
I get money.
I guess Houston is a big city, but sports market wise, I don't really think of them as best ones. But yeah, I like that that's in the NBA. I like that mentioned player empowerment. People can go where they think they want to go. I think there's less ring chasing culture. I think there's more. I want to go to this team, so I'll actually play. Like people want to do stuff. Like PJ Tucker's not playing. He's like very vocal and upset about it.
Mm-hmm. Like we say, like Chris Paul went to the Spurs.
Chris Paul went to the Spurs, right?
Because
he could have
Warriors
signed
kind of
he could have signed to the Celtics for a minimum.
Yeah, literally.
To.
Yeah.
So, people are going where they want to be able to show off their skills and stuff, and that's I think allowing more parity. So yeah, all that is good. It's fun to watch, and I like it. And I want it to continue.
Yeah. Same.
And should we snake or do you want to do?
Let's snake it up.
Let's sneak it up. Okay, this will lead into my second one.
Okay, cool.
And I think what helps with the parity, the amount of talent in the NBA.
Oh,
that's going to be my second.
That's such a good one.
I think it's often taken for granted how good the NBA is. The players in the NBA, guys are getting signed and waived because there's just so many players, so many options. That's why the NBA is thinking about expansion, and of course for financial reasons, getting more money and things like that too. But I think that's another reason there's a lot of parity is the amount of talent in the NBA. I think before, back in the 60s, 70s, the Lakers and Celtics were winning every championship because they were like the only good team.
Right.
Everyone else was like, these are like random guys. We have like 3 players that are really good, so we play automatically.
Exactly.
And it's different now. And I think, something just comes to mind for me when people ask me about like the Michael Jordan, LeBron James thing, right? Who's the greatest player of all time. And I think one of the arguments that I don't ever argue this, but something I bring to light is like, well, I think the competition that LeBron has faced in his career is a little stiffer. In the 90s, it was the Pistons in his early days with Isaiah Thomas and them. Then he went against the Jazz in the finals a couple times, like Stockton alone. Other than that, there's like here and there, there's some like all-time players in the 90s. But, just thinking about the NBA right now, like LeBron, Katie, Jokic, Giannis, Steph, Luka, and Shea. I could see all these guys being top 25, 30 players of all time.
Yeah, like that list is going to be crazy next time they do it because so many newer players. And what I also love about this, I mean, like Wemby, his second year, and he's like, he could be top 25 all time. Yeah. And like, who's going to be next around the corner? It's just like it's just great. It's great to see. This is a great one.
Yeah, so just the amount of people in the NBA, I think it's often not talked about, like with pet peeves and social media and stuff. I think people often look for things to criticize and talk about the negatives, but I think we do take for granted just the amount of good players that are in the NBA and that we get to watch on a night in and night out basis. That, I talked about one of the things last time that I didn't like was like end of bench players, like how they get them, who they decide those are. A lot of those guys are, if they went into, basically all those guys, if they went into the local rec center and played anybody, they're winning 11-0. So easily because they're that talented. But it's just the NBA has so many good players that they just don't get a chance and an opportunity. So, the surplus talent in the NBA. It's my second thing.
Yeah, I cannot wait for expansion. It's inevitable. It will happen. Mm-hmm. But even though an extension, it's only going to be 30 more players. Like that's great. It's like, I feel like we got 4 more times. Like there's so many good players, but a little at a time. Can't have too much at once. So that was a great one. I didn't even think about that. Well, I will piggyback off of yours. Kind of piggyback off of mine.
Yes.
We're just, look at this 2-man game. Piggybacking.
The 2-man
piggybacking.
Game. I'm setting the screen. Go around.
I'm going to say my second is watching players develop.
Oh. Okay.
So okay. So I put 2 here, but I mean we'll mention others. These are the first two I thought of. Anthony Edwards. First joined the league, I didn't like. I didn't because showed no effort on defense. Just kind of stood around. Was like he was like I'm the man, but like wasn't proving that like he's the man. You know what I mean? So and then after like year 2, year 3, does Team USA, comes back, starts playing crazy defense. He like matures. Like you get to watch like the progress and also like the skills of these players. Like when they join the league from college, they're really good. Like they're really good. But the thing is, like some of them stay that way and some become all-time greats. And like that's what I find. Like Anthony Edwards, I think was he was number 1, right? He was drafted number 1.
Drafted number 1 overall.
Yeah. And so the expectation was there. But let's talk about someone like Tyrese Halliburton. Is it like number 10, number 12?
12.
Like who would have thought that he would be one of the top point guards in the league? And he's Jokic, great example, second round pick. And watching them develop, like Jokic was not an MVP caliber player the first 5 years in the league, not even close. But the fact that there's the coaching staff, the player development, and the talent was there, they just had to kind of mold it. And now you get to witness even Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo was not a name I heard of until he kept winning DPOY. I was like, who is this guy? Like when he first joined, like he was not dominating, he was not unstoppable. And he became that player. So seeing players progress like that, I love about the NBA. And one more that I mentioned was Grady Dick. Because on pod I said he's like not a person. I said that.
They got NPC running.
Yeah, literally, and he's proven me wrong. Like that's awesome.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I love that. That I like being proven wrong. The vice versa happens too. Like sometimes someone has so much talent, like Zion. Like when he plays, it's so great, but then he doesn't get to play, it sucks. But that just gives more opportunity to other people like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Are these people we heard of before they were able to get so many minutes on the Pelicans? No. So I just love watching that. In the NBA.
You bring up Giannis, such an interesting point because his early years, Jason Kidd was the coach of the Bucks and tried to run him at point. And I think that helped him. It wasn't good, but I think it helped him develop like some of those ball handling skills when he became like such a great player later on in his career.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, that was one of my things.
Yeah. So. What about your third one? Or second? So you get.
Oh right, yeah. Oh man, I didn't. Yeah. Okay,
I said right before that I was like, I got a third one, and then I forgot. So
okay,
I'll try to remember.
It's okay. I got this one. So I have other like honorable mentions I'll mention, but I wrote this down. The game ain't over till it's over.
Mm.
So I mentioned earlier.
No lead is safe.
No lead is safe. I love that.
Yeah.
Or I used to hate. I imagine being a kid and I would go to a game. Lakers up by 20. I'm like, okay, the game's over. It's like third quarter, like game's over. They're not. No one's gonna come back from that. Nowadays, I'm like 20-point game. Like, you never know.
You have 6 minutes left of this.
And then it's like yesterday. Like I mentioned yesterday, the Magic beat the Heat, and they were down by 25 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like that's unheard of in years prior to like this new NBA. That's like the last couple of years. I feel like it's only been like the last 2 years, 3 years where I watch a game and I'm like, you never know what could happen. I mean, like this. I remember watching live, like when the Spurs beat the Suns and they were losing like the whole game, that big game when like last year when Luka was a rookie and like they got the steal at the end and they made the shot. And I really enjoy that about the NBA right now, that no lead is safe. You can go on a run. The other team goes on a run. They can go on a 14-0 run, then another 14-0 run, and it goes back and forth. That's a callback. And I don't remember that when I was younger. So now when I turn on a game, I'm like, hey, this game, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, probably fast-paced offense more so now than ever. Outpouring of threes.
Yeah,
those things kind of help you. Momentum is a real thing.
Yeah, and
they stop for a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like when I like kind of stopped watching basketball. I remember it because I was like, "There's too many 3-pointers." I was like, they're not playing the
I'm
game
out on
right.
3.
Yeah, but the thing is, now the game has like developed where it's now more included. Like before, it seemed like such an outlier. Now the 3-point shot is such a huge part of the game that it doesn't. I don't feel like it's ruined the game. It's just an evolution of the game.
Right.
And that's something as a viewer I had to get over. And now I love it because I mean, 5 years from now it could be something totally different that no one has really utilized before. So that's super exciting. And I love the game and everything. So that's good.
I remembered my third one. So
Awesome.
I was sitting here thinking, like, what was I going to think about? My third one, and again, I didn't do this on purpose, but I kind of did this for pet peeves. I went very like big picture.
Yeah.
You're going more like actual game
That's
stuff.
so
I don't
funny.
know why that happened both times, but I wasn't thinking about it. But my third thing, innovation. I think the NBA and Adam Silver particularly has done a good job these last couple of years trying new things. Just like, hey, we think this thing maybe isn't working. We're going to try to address it in a way. So they thought, teams maybe are taking too much. Let's add the play-in and see if we can get a little more competition throughout the regular season. And I think the play-in has been a big success. I enjoyed the play-in right before the playoffs kind of officially started. So it's a nice kickoff to the postseason. Success. And the NBA Cup, that was a new thing, only a second year. I don't like it as much as the plan, but I do think it creates kind of a high stakes environment randomly in the middle of the season, which is kind of cool. Not sure about it being in Vegas because I feel like there was some cool stuff that happened in the games, and it was like, oh, this is a Vegas crowd that no one cares. That
Did I mention that
you
last
mentioned,
time?
you mentioned the Giannis, something Giannis did. I think it was like a crazy play.
Yeah, and no one was
and
like
there's like
reacting.
not a lot of energy about it. So
Yeah, that's why last year was different because it was Lakers. So there's a ton of Lakers fans.
Right.
Because Los Angeles is like 5 hours away.
Right.
So that was a bit different. But this year you could really see how it hinders how the environment hinders. I mean, like no one's gonna. I mean, there were Milwaukee Bucks fans and also Thunder fans, but it's just so far away.
Yeah, the neutral site is interesting. But it is a new thing that they're trying and trying to make it. And so far, I think it's interesting. I think it makes the regular season a little more exciting. So I don't have an issue with it. We'll see how the All-Star game is this year, but they're trying to change that because last year was such a disaster that they're like, Adam Silver's like, we got to do something like this.
But at least they're
draft
trying.
odds, second apron, those things I mentioned before.
Yeah.
So constantly trying to address things to make the league better product for us to watch. Which ultimately again comes down to money. They want to make it better so they will get more money. So, but if it's better, that means that we'll watch it.
And then it'll also be more entertaining. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I'm okay with that because that means they're doing something right. They're getting more money, and that means we're enjoying it more too. So,
and I know we both kind of complained about officiating last time, but they did like really crack down on offenses last year. They kind of enabled like hand checking a little bit because the offense was going like so crazy early on in the season. Now I'm like, okay, we need to let the defense play a little bit.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they're even trying. Like that is, other leagues, other sports. I feel like there are problems, and they either just kind of like sweep it under the rug, or they don't want to address it, or they make like the safest choice. And like I'm not, and the NBA is not like they're trying to make it more compelling.
Yeah.
Even
so, I just like that they, Adam Silver and the NBA, they try to address things that they think aren't working and make them better.
It is so funny how you are like, it was big picture, and mine's like, oh, so this thing about the game, or like about the player.
So I do think like, think about football. I know they add things every now and then. Like they added a new week a couple of years ago, so there's 18 weeks of the regular season. They have like these protective helmets they use in practice now to prevent.
I looked them up. Also, since we're talking about, what is up with the new kick returns? Like
it's weird.
I don't like it.
It's really weird. Yeah. So basically, the kick return is because they moved the kicking line up.
Yeah.
So every kick was just a touchback, basically.
Yeah.
Just move the kick back.
Yeah.
So that every kicker can't kick it into the stands.
Yeah.
I don't get it very much.
Yeah. Or just have every offense start in the 25-yard line.
It's like a little scrum. Going on down there. But yeah, they addressed a couple things. Baseball. Couldn't tell you if they changed a single thing my entire life. But I don't know anything about baseball.
Oh, pitcher. They have a pitcher clock.
The pitching clock.
Pitching
That's
clock.
right.
Yeah, and
Good choice.
I was talking to dude.
But I think people that
You know what the score is right now for Rockets and Hornets?
I'm going to say Rockets 57, Hornets 42.
Close. Rockets 62, Hornets 31. They're up. They have
We
twice
put
as
the
many
game
points
off
as the
because
Hornets.
it stopped loading.
Yeah. I just got a notification the halftime's about is we're back
You know,
from
like double
halftime.
their score.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So the Rockets are 20-9.
Yeah, you can say that.
No lead is safe.
No lead is safe, though. Who knows? Let me know.
As we just talked about.
I was talking during the World Series. I was watching at a bar, and I asked like my friends like a little bit like what is different about baseball? Like what's that clock? And they were saying it's good and bad. Good because it makes the game
Go by
quicker,
faster.
but they said that there's also more injuries to pitchers because they have to go like quicker and they can't like whatever reason like they're just throwing out their arm quicker and but then because of that now you can after if you pitch at least once you can switch somebody out where before you had to at least pitch like 3 people like or something like that. I was baseball crazy.
Baseball, whatever.
Um,
I feel like baseball is a very traditional sport, but I feel like they haven't changed it too much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
A
but-
billion years.
exactly, and this is why we love basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah. Should I mention my honorable mentions real quick?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Yeah, so these are the other ones I just kind of wrote down. So I love 82 game season. I know this was kind of a negative on your part, but I love that almost every night for 6 months I can watch a basketball game.
See, but I still think it can be that way, and we can have, one night. But tonight there's 14 games.
Look, I know what you're saying, but the fact is, if they reduce it to 50, like it just won't be as long.
Or like, you don't even have to do that. Like, can we make the season a little longer? Like, just have to start in October. And
I would be fine with that, but I do really love that compared to other sports. Like I do not like that football's only 17 games now each season or 18.
18 weeks, 17 games. So
Yeah.
as a bye week.
Yeah, I don't like that. They also don't get to play everyone, which is that's my
They don't.
biggest
I
gripe.
go years without playing people.
I know that makes zero sense. Like, how are they the best team in the league if they don't even play the best team? You don't know.
I gotta get to the Super Bowl. Sorry.
That's so stupid. I hate that. I hate that. You hear me, NFL?
That's fair.
But yeah, so I just love that. Like, I think it's a good number. It's better than baseball. Baseball's way too many. Hockey has the same idea. It's 82 as well.
Yeah.
So I like that.
I didn't know hockey was 82.
Yeah, it's the same as basketball. Yeah.
How did they come up with that number?
But I do like how much their basketball there is able to watch, and I'm sure there are definitely things we can change, but I like that it's on 17 games.
Yeah.
So I have that, and then I really enjoy it. So everyone has different favorite players for different reasons. Like, so as much as I love like Luka Doncic, someone else might be like, oh no, he's not as good. I love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander way more. And like, I'm not even like a Mavericks fan or a Thunder fan, but I love that. And I feel like in the NFL, it's not as
It's team led.
it's team led.
Yeah.
Whereas
Sure.
NBA is a bit more like player led.
Mhm.
So if you're a Kevin Durant fan, you're gonna be a fan wherever he goes, and same as Anthony Edwards. Like if he goes somewhere, like I'm gonna still be a fan of his game. And because what's so interesting about basketball is that it is like the team matters because you have to win as a team to make it to the finals, but it's so individually led where football is basically all about a team. Like there's so many players, so many moving parts, and even like with baseball, I feel like there's too many moving parts. Like one player can't carry an entire team like in basketball, and also vice versa. I don't know. It's a little bit all over, which I really like.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense?
And I think that kind of goes into what I was saying about the talent. There's so much to like, and every team offers something different.
Yeah, and for the same reason, I also love that like there can be conversations about it. Like as much as I love Luka, someone might hate Luka, and they might like hate the fact that it's setbacks or whatever. But we can have a conversation, and I really love that is possible.
Not on Twitter.
I'm not
on Twitter.
And then last, I put great defense, great footwork. I think I just meant like just really good technical.
What you like watching?
I like watching
sure.
like technical basketball done very
Watching
well.
good defense is fun.
Yeah, watching really good defense, watching really good footwork. Just watch like really good passes. Like just anyone that really good vision. You know what? love watching players with high IQ. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Like they just know the game. Like they were able to see it before it happens.
So you love like Chris Paul, Draymond Green.
Dude,
Just
you know how much I love.
players.
No, I don't. They're not my favorite players, but I love watching that kind of basketball.
Yeah.
And
Chess match.
exactly, and how very much like each possession is a chess match,
Mhm.
which is really
And throughout the game, coaches adjusting their defensive schemes and stuff based on how a game is going.
exactly.
Or through a series.
Yeah, and another, I mean, we didn't talk about it, but another thing I love is that the playoffs, it's a 7-game series.
Oh, the playoffs are awesome.
Yeah, no, I love that because I really like
It's like
compared
the
to
best team is gonna win.
yeah, in other sports, it's like it's either gonna be five, it's gonna be sometimes they do 3-game, 5-game, or 7-game series,
Or one game.
or one game. That's what I'm saying. But like, I love that basketball has now it has a 1-game play-in.
Yeah.
And or an NBA Cup, and then it has either 1-game or it's 7-game series. Love that. Great. Because like just one bad night and you're donezo's, I'm like, that sucks. That's stupid. So another reason why I'm not a biggest football fan.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think the playoffs, to kind of go back to the scheduling thing, playoffs are a great example of a great NBA schedule. It's like every other night game. You know, it's like I'm paying attention to this game at this time. And obviously you can't do that in the regular season with very teams. I get you need to have 3-4 games on at the same time. I just hate like today there's 28 of 30 teams.
And I also what I now we're just talking about things we're liking that's coming up, and I love it. That I think other teams are getting more that are smaller markets are getting more buzz. And like I'm seeing more Thunder stuff than I have seen in a long time, which is really cool to
They
see.
better as the one seed. They would be.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And like even Nuggets, like that, like hasn't always been that. Even when back in the day, that
Jokic just grew. That's something I love that NBA right there.
yeah, I love that too. No, but it's nice. Like just be if a team is really good, but they're in a small market, it doesn't matter. Like they're still gonna show like national televised games and whatnot. Even though we didn't go over it in the beginning of the year, and it is still very lopsided between like, oh, we got a lot of Lakers and Golden State, even though they're not
What the national TV games?
yeah, like it's very still, but they're doing better than it used to be. I feel like so. Like, when would I ever be able to find like a Toronto Raptors game on TV? Like, and like now you're not going to, but one day you might. Like, and that's something I never would have thought really. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good sport.
I do love basketball.
I think you like basketball or something.
I don't know. Maybe we should make a podcast about it. Oh.
Wait.
We're doing a little inside basketball. It's a joke about inside baseball. Like that's.
I don't know what it is.
So we're moving past that because
Oh, no,
the
sure,
dream
but
didn't
baseball.
land. Anyway, so we did gifts. That was awesome. And we talked about the gifts that the NBA gives to us.
Right.
And Rockets are gonna win today, and Lakers better win. We'll find out next week. I guess so. Next time we're gonna pod is gonna be
It'll be 2025.
2025, and probably the second week of January.
Oh wow.
Because I'm only going back the 5th to LA.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I come back, I might come back to Austin sooner, so maybe we can do one like before I leave the 5th. So.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll
no,
see.
when I'm coming back from Galveston, I have no idea. So
Yeah.
whatever.
But we'll see. But yeah, so if you made it this far, like Christmas Day is gonna be a great day by just watching basketball all day. I know I will be doing that.
Should I do this on Christmas Eve or Christmas?
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have it out tomorrow. You'll know because you listened to the whole episode already. So
Exactly. You'll know. You're like, oh, it's out. Oh, because I listened to it. Okay. So once again, I just want to say thank you for hosting and having me,
Of course.
be here in person
Always
to
welcome.
do this. Yeah, it would have been funny if I was like, can I come over? You do the pod? Like, no, you just do it at your mom's. I'm just like in the kitchen. I'm in a kitchen and over the AirPods. Like, yeah, so I really like parody. It's like, sorry, there's a lot of noises going on.
As I made tradition last time, since you're here, you get to take
Oh, I
the
forgot.
shot today.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, I don't hit the sign straight up. Here we go. So I hit the ceiling. I don't know if I'll cut that.
It's
It's
part
there.
of how it looks.
It's there. Let me see if I can just make it strict up. But anywho, so this is I don't know if you know this by now. It's a 2-man game
Yeah.
with Damon and Dom.
Shoots. Buckets.